Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Raise your hand if you've ever had a challenge. Excellent. We've all had challenges in life, haven't we? I seem to think we either just left a challenge or we're walking into another one. So I just want to take you on a story of my challenge. So summer of 2011, you find me standing outside Broad Street ABC boxing gym. Now you might be thinking, what am I doing there? Well, earlier on in the day, in fact in the morning, on my commute to work, reading the Metro as you do, I stumble across an advert that says free training for 6 weeks. You know, you go and do your training, and then afterwards you get entered into a fight. All your friends can come up, and it takes place in a Troxy. So for me, that was an amazing, considering, I should point out, it's actually boxing training as well. So previously to that, I've been doing boxing at the gym for what felt like, well, about 2.5 to 3 years. So I thought, oh, great challenge. Let's see how good I really am. So I walk in the gym, and all you can hear to your right is punch bags. People were just hitting them. In the middle, there's a big ring. To the left is the bikes, and then to the left is what can only be described as the steam room. Now, I walk in, I speak to the lady, she gives me a workout form of what I'm gonna do. So get changed and get to work. So first thing is the bikes, riding on the bikes, getting, just building up my heart rate. And then afterwards you go on the pads, afterwards you jump into the ring and you do some pads with the boxing trainer there. Afterwards, you go into what's called the steam room. Now, I call it the steam room because when you walk in, it's just, how can I describe it? It's just full of steam. There's like 12, 13 people in there and they're all working out. Now bear in mind, this room has no heating in it. It's got nothing in it but just people, and they're training hard. You've got the guy who's standing up there, he's shouting like a drill sergeant, just shouting out different exercises, and these people are working out. And by the end of it, it's just, everyone's hot, the room's just full of steam. So I walk in, thinking, oh, it's gonna be easy. I've seen what these guys have done. It's not easy at all. So the first thing is like jogging on the spot, and then afterwards he's just shouting out exercise after exercise like a drill sergeant. So star jumps, tuck jumps, get on the floor, do press ups, everything. By the time I'm finished, can't even walk. It's worse. Almost felt like I was gonna throw up, completely drained. I don't know how I managed to make it home, but I did. And just completely crashed out. And when I got up in the morning, I was like, that was some hard work. So now I understand how fit you really need to be to actually take part in a boxing match, because when I see them do it on TV for 3 minutes, I'm like, not doing it. But I understand the fitness. So we do this again on the Thursday, and then the following week, so we do it for like another 3 weeks on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And my fitness is getting better. I can feel better about myself. I can see the transformation in my body. I'm thinking, it was hard at the beginning, but it's become easy now. So I get there. 5th week comes now. What it is this is where sparring takes place. Now, for all of you guys who don't know what sparring is the part where you actually simulate a boxing match. So the trainers can see what your skill level is, and they can start to match you up with your opponent for the night. So we get everyone's up there taking part, etc., doing their thing, and then it gets to the people in my weight class. Now, before my sparring session, you've got a guy called Kingsley, a bit short, a bit flamboyant. He kind of walks around like that, like he's the best thing God's ever seen. And then you've got Travis, who's tall, quite calm and collected, doesn't really say much, but is a joker really. Now, they're in the ring doing their thing. Next thing, all you hear is, oh, you all right, mate? Yeah, man, just a lucky punch. I'm standing outside going, fuck. I've got to fight one of these two. And she just got knocked out. And the questions, I start to doubt myself. I'm like, am I really good enough to be able to, take part in this boxing match? With all the darts and the, just all the doubts and everything else in my mind is playing, you know. I don't think I'm good enough. Who wants to get knocked out? Who wants to get embarrassed in front of their friends, in front of their family? I don't, you know. So I'm just really thinking about this. After they finish, I jump in, and I'm literally just like that, just making it through the 30 seconds, so making sure I don't get punched in the face. I go home thinking about this, thinking, do I really want to do this? You know, am I really good enough? You know, just talking myself out of, you know, what I initially said I was going to do. You know, it took me about 2 or 3 days to really thinking about it. And then, you know, I spoke to one of my friends and he was like, isn't the whole part of boxing is that someone's going to hit you in the face? Like, well, yeah, but wasn't expecting it. So I get back in there, I give it my all, and I make it through the stage. After that, I get my tickets to the Troxy, and I go on the night and I perform. I got all my friends, my family, my work colleagues, they're all shouting from the stands, like, go on, knock him out, really G me up. And, you know, throughout that night, it was a really great experience. I even managed to get it recorded and on a DVD so I can take it home back and watch it. And it really just made me think how great I could be, despite the challenge, that I managed to go there and take part in the boxing match, you know, see it through to the end despite the challenges I faced. So, you know, after that, I like to reflect on everything I've done, and really just thinking back on it, it was like, wow, you know, despite that challenges I face thrown my way, I can still be able to react to it. And I heard a really good statement a couple months ago by a guy by the name of Jack Canfield. And if you got something to write it down, I suggest you do, because it really ties into tonight's theme. And it's simply this formula which goes E plus R equals O. So it's experience plus reaction equals outcome. And the only way to change the outcome is by changing your reaction to the situation. So make sure whatever challenges come your way, as long as your reaction's good, you can get the outcome you want. Thank you.